Hello everyone, welcome back. We are still at the discrete random variable, but this time we will learn what is cumulative distribution function, or I call it as CDF, of a discrete random variable. So this is the definition of CDF, where we use big letter F as the cumulative, and then the PX is less than or equal to x. All right, so you got to memorize this symbol inequality, which is we only use less than or equal for representing the CDF. Okay, and then this is the table. The table we have also, you can use fx, big letter F, or this symbol. And then we also have the piecewise function for the CDF here. This is the example of it. And then we also have the graph, and we will learn how to find median and the mode later on. So let's do this example 3. We are given probability distribution function, or PDF, of a discrete random variable x. So here we go. This is PDF because of this symbol, equal sign means PDF. So this is the data. Then we need to find the cumulative. It means they want us to find the CDF of fx. The CDF of the discrete random variable, because it said here discrete, isn't it? So we know it's discrete. And so, yeah, we just got to find big letter F, or px less than or equals to x. And so this is my table. We will start with step 1, which is finding our CDF by using table at the beginning, but the table is not the full marks. We have another marks. I will show you later. We will start with the table because it's easier to find the CDF from the PDF by using table, because we know in order to find the cumulative, we just need to plus the data, the probability. So we will start from 1/8, and then we plus it down, we will get 4/8. Plus again, we will get 7/8. And then we plus them, we will get 8/8, which is 1. All right. So as long as you get the 1, the total probability, you will be fine. But the thing is, this will not give you full mark. The full mark will be at this piecewise function. So this is step 2. So this step 2 is very important for you all, because you need to write your full answer in piecewise function. Okay, the question is not asking the piecewise, but you must understand it by yourself that they want piecewise, not the table. If they want the table, they will tell you that they want cumulative distribution table, but they didn't say here. They just say CDF. Therefore, we got to write here fx, or you can write down here px less than or equals to x, which you put a curly bracket there. You must put 0 until 1. This is compulsory. 0 until 1 is where cumulative happen. It's from 0 until the total probability of 1. And so that's why we need to find the data of CDF from this table here. We already found it, which is start from 1/8 here, and then the next probability is 4/8, or you can write down as 1/2 instead. Okay, and then next one you should write down 7/8, and then the last one probability is 1. Okay, so make sure you write down every probability of the CDF dahulu, and then you can put a comma there, and you put down each of these inequalities. So remember, dalam cumulative, jawapan dia bukan equal ya. Jawapan dia memang sentiasa perlu ada inequalities. This inequalities is very important, and it's the same for every type of question for finding cumulative. So you no need to worry. The rangka ini akan tetap sama. Yang penting you tulis 0 hingga 1. It is a must. And you must start with the first data, which is 0. The first data here is start with 0, so you got to start with 0. Some questions start with number 1 up to the question, but this is start from 0. But this is x less than 0. when x is less than 0, it is 0, because in this data here, 0 is where when probability of x is equals to 0, less than or equal to 0, it is for probability of 1 over 8. You know that? So this 1 over 8 is where x is equal to 0. So this symbol has an equal sign, even though even though this is less than, but the sign is equal here. So this sign of equal is for 0. So this x equals to 0 is for who? It's for 0, for the number of for the probability of 1 over 8. If you see here again, if you see here this one pull up, this is x equals to 1. So x equals to 1 is for probability of 1 over 2. See, x equals to 1 is for the probability of 1 over 2. And so that is how you look at them, so and so on. This one, 7 over 8. 7 over 8 is for x equals to 2. So that is how you arrange them properly. But just make sure you write down this inequality sign. And it is always less than, less than, or less than or equal, And the last part, it must be more than or equal to the last number here, which is 3. And then, yeah, it is 1, isn't it? The probability of the last one is 1. And so, yeah, just don't forget to put more than instead. And then the final question, the middle question is asking you to sketch the graph of CDF. Okay, so the graph of CDF is just horizontal line. Okay, horizontal line. You can see here very clearly, I put a horizontal line, isn't it? But there is a what? There is an empty circle and then circle over here. So just make sure, first thing first is you put the x-axis and the y-axis, which is the probability of the cumulative, that's then, yeah? Or you can also write here as fx instead. Up to you. You can use either one of it. So actually, it's the understanding, this graph is actually from the understanding of this piecewise function. You know that? That's why we have here empty circle going to the left, because of this. X is less than 0. It is 0. The probability is 0. That's why it is at this line, It's at the x equals to 0. It is at the y equal to 0, So the next point here is 0 to 1. So 0 to 1 is like this. From 0 to 1. 1 is empty circle for the probability of 1 over 8. That's why here 1 over 8 here is like this. Okay. From 0, then circle, and then 1 is empty circle. And then here you can look, 1 is then circle, and then 2 is empty circle for the probability of 4 over 8, which is half 1 over 2. So yeah, it's the same thing. And then so on, this part and this part. And the last part is where greater than 3. Yeah, it is greater than 3, isn't it? Greater than 3 to the right-hand side, which is x more than or equal to 3. It is then circle now for the probability of 1. So actually, the graph and the piecewise function of this CDF is connected, So it is synchronized, and so you won't go wrong, and you don't have to be afraid of it as long as you get this part right. If your piecewise is right, this is full mark, this is the correct, this is where the mark will be given to you. And then the graph is where it's referring to the piecewise. So make sure you get piecewise first, piecewise function of CDF, and then you get the graph. And the last one is finding the mode and the median. So the mode is where you must look at this part. This is the part where you look, that this is the part which is PDF, isn't it? So this is PDF. So the PDF will help you to find the mode. So the highest probability is number 3 out of 8 and 3 out of 8. Therefore, this is not the answer though. The answer is actually x is equals to 1 and x equals to 2. So the mode is actually 1 and 2. Done. How about the median? So the median is where you gotta refer. Let me bold this. Yeah, you got to refer the CDF instead. Okay, you got to remember this. CDF is for finding the median. So the median has a definition. So you look here, this is the definition of the median. We have two of it. We have two ways of finding the median. One is more than or equal to, one is exactly equals to half. Another one is more than half. So our data here is we have half. We have exactly half, you see? We have 1/2, So this 1/2 is equal sign. We have the equals. It's not about what we have. It's about in our data, we have half. We have half here. Okay, so it is exactly half, isn't it? So we only need to refer this part. Okay, we only need to refer this part, which is because our data is exactly half. And so the formula said here, we gotta find the median and then plus the next median divided with 2. This is the formula. It's given to us from the notes. Okay, and so this is our x, and so we gotta plus with the next outcome, the next value, and then divide it with 2. And so the answer is just 1 plus 2 over 2 will give us 1.5. That's the median. Done. Let's go to the next question. The cumulative. Again, cumulative. We are in this video, it's about cumulative sahaja. So CDF, big letter F, of a discrete random variable x is defined as follow. So this is a different data, yeah? A different question, different data. So we are asked to find this, and then find the mode and the median again, but from this data lah. And then here we go, answering the first question, A, Px is equal. So I think you gotta highlight this word, this symbol equal. Okay, this symbol equal is, I think you know how to find this manually. So manually is by just finding, by just creating another row where you find the Px is equals to x, you can do it manually. And then you find its PDF from this CDF. You can find the PDF by yourself, but we do not want to use manually. We want to use the formula instead. So the formula here is this part, all of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's either one. You just gotta look at the question carefully. So our question here is about Px is equals to A, and this is the formula. But I actually do not want to teach you, use the formula and then you hafal and then no, I don't really like that. But I prefer if we can use these boxes, these boxes consisting of your data, your random variable x, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I will insert these numbers into this box here. So we have here 5 box here. So we have here 5 box because there are 5 numbers from 1 until 5. Yeah, we just follow whatever the data is given to us. And then I shade the region of 3 because in this particular question, they want exactly 3. That's why I only shade the 3. So in order to apply this CDF, since this is CDF, the question is CDF, we have to apply. We cannot run from this sign. We cannot run away from this symbol, So we gotta use this symbol punya cara penyiraan dia. So cara penyiraan dia sangat senang saja kalau pakai box ini. If you use these boxes, it will help you a lot. So it's actually just move this 3 to the left. Okay, so it's sort of like this is Px less than or equals to 3 means Px. It means that the whole thing here from number 3 here, okay, and then you minus, you gotta minus it with 2 to the left, which is Px less than or equal to 2, So you imagine 3 ke hadapan, tolakkan 2 di hadapan. Dapatlah yang di tengah-tengah ini, isn't it? Dapatlah kita yang bahagian kotak yang ketiga ini. So actually it's very easy. It is just 3 to the left minus 2 to the left. So we will get the answer already, which is F3 minus F2. So this is the definition, yeah. Remember, this is a definition. No, this part is the definition where you do understand from here. Whatever the number here, let's say this is 3, this must be 3. Just don't forget the symbol there, which is less than or equals to. Okay, so basically, you just in the table, you already have the big letter F. So you know you gotta find the 3, F3 and F2. So F3 is 0.67. So you write down there 0.67 minus with F2, which is 0.32. Therefore, your answer is just 0.35, isn't it? 0.35. Write it down there. Hang on just a minute. 0.35. And next question, they asked us px more than 2. So more than 2, it's a bit, it's a bit weird to you, might for the beginning, but it is not that weird. It is just actually by use these boxes, but then we do not want 3 lah, of course. We want more than 2. So you shade the region where it is more than 2. More than 2 is 3 and above, 3 and above. So we want that shaded region. And so the easier way is to use 1, exactly 1, which is the total probability, minus with 2 to the left, dua ke depan ni, tolak. Okay, 1 probability, the whole probability, which is everything lah, minus with the 2 to the front, you will get the rest of them, which is 3, 4, 5. So it's easier like that. So the formula is just 1 minus F2. Ta-da! Just like that. And so 1 minus F2, which is 0.32, going to give you 0.68. Done here. And the last part here is P, what is it? P x is in between 2 and 4. So this is the word between. So be careful. It's the same thing over again and again. You do the boxes. It's easier. Now you shade the region. Hang on. Just shade the region. What's important region that they want, which is just the minute give me. Write down full here. So they want until 2 and 4, but the 2 is included, 4 is as well included. So 2 until 4, you shade the region, and then I think you know how to solve this already lah, which is 4 to the front minus with who? Minus with 1 to the front. Yeah. Again, 4 to the front, which is less than 4, less than or equals to 4, minus with px less than or equal, got equal sign here, 1. So that's the formula. So you don't need to hafal these things anymore, You don't need to hafal this number 5 in your formula. So complicated, all this formula. You don't need, you just need the boxes. And then you find out the region, and then you just minus to the left, everything to the left, which is start from the number 4, and then minus from the boxes number 1, which is px less than or equals to 1, and then you write down in terms of f pula, which is f4 minus f1, which is going to give you, what is it, f4, 0.9 minus 0.2, 0.9 minus 0.2, which is 0.7. Done. The last question is asking from us is the mode and the median. So in order to get the mode, we need the PDF. In order to get median, we need the CDF. The thing is, we are given CDF. We are not given PDF, isn't it? So we can find the PDF by using this table, CDF table. So you don't have to be afraid of it. So in order to get PDF from this CDF, you just subtract it. You just minus them. You will get the PDF. You know about this already. It is just the way we write them is a bit different. And so this is my PDF. And so in order to find the mode, You just take the highest frequency from this probability. This is your probability. Just take the highest frequency, which is 0.35, and then the answer is not 0.35. The answer is 3, because you are taking the random variable x as the mode, Therefore, the answer is x is equals to 3. That is for mode. The median now, the median is where we gotta look at the CDF. The CDF is where you look at the median now. So the median is where this part. The median is where you either have more than 0.5, or exactly equal to 0.5. So you look at your data here. This is not exactly 0.5. This is more than 0.5, isn't it? So you highlight this. This is more than 0.5. Therefore, you look at the condition. If it is more than 0.5, your median is x is equals to exactly the number x, which is 3. Therefore, x is equals to 3 as well for your median. That's it. That's for the learning part of CDF. Good luck.